Good afternoon from Xfinity Center.
And it is a good afternoon.
It is a great afternoon. Maryland 70, Minnesota 58. Boy, the Terps got off to a blazing start after Minnesota had a 7-5 lead. It was just hopping in here, wasn't it, Bruce?
It was very, very relevant. It's great to be relevant again. The Terps are now 13-1, 2-0 in the conference against a very, very well-coached Minnesota team. The Terps, I really thought defensively they dominated this game. I think they had maybe 10 blocks and tons of steals, and it was Minnesota who was supposed to throw that up. But let's talk about two guys today. Number one, Melo, again, 20 points, 9 for 13 from the foul line. A little off,
That's right. Yeah, just a little.
Let's talk about DeMonte Dodd. What a game, Wayne.
Dodd. He's a plus 17 for Maryland. 3 blocks, 12 boards, 9 points all in the first half.
He was a force out there. He did get 15 scored on him somewhat.
Yep.
But he started to challenge him. And the thing I liked most about the game was that the press definitely affected them early.
Affected Maryland early.
Affected Maryland. Took Maryland. See, in the press, it isn't just breaking the press in your side of the court. When you cross over, you rush. And that's what they were doing. They were rushing, they were doing turnovers, they were doing everything to create chaos among themselves. Therefore, a 32-17 lead went to 32-30.
And it ends up 36-33 at the half.
Because Melo kind of took over at the end.
Into the beginning of the second half. Melo starts taking over. Graham comes in. Huge energy when Dodd picked up his second, then his third quick foul. What'd you think of what Jonathan Graham brought to the court this afternoon?
Energy, like his father always tells me. He's all heart. And it was surprising he didn't play in the first half after his last game. But Turgeon saved him for when he needed him. I thought Smotrich looked a little off today. And Checo checked out. He wasn't really deep into the game today.
No, he did come in at the end and bang bodies with Walker. Looked pretty good in the middle for the Gophers.
This Gopher team on a given day could take anybody. They're extremely well coached. Overall, everybody played well. Even Smotrich, got some rebounds, some assists. So it's a great win. Every time you win, it's just a tremendous plus.
Sure, and you were looking for the dagger shot at 2:50 to go in the game. Lehman makes the first three since Maryland 3 at 9:29 to go in the first half, and you said dagger, and then there was a breakaway from Melo.
Yeah, Melo's breakaway layup. Melo's he's got it. Some guys don't. We haven't had a guy like that. Yeah, we had Stoglin who scored a lot, and Seth Allen who scored a lot. But these guys, but Melo makes it happen. He's always in the right place at the right time. I just love his game. I loved it from day one, and he really can. Let's say he could sell the foul when he gets hit. And listen, Minnesota committed maybe 5 ridiculous fouls in the backcourt.
I'm not sure they committed. They got called. I think they were bumping and grinding all day. It was an ACC pace for the first half. The second half becomes a Big Ten pace, but sooner or later they start calling the fouls.
Well, bottom line is they're 2-0 in the conference, Wayne, and 13-1 overall. It wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe sneak into the number 10 spot this week.
10, that'd be great. Hey, the Maryland defense holds Minnesota 3 for 22 from 3. The Terps really put the heat on them. Minnesota shoots 22.6% in the second half.
But you can see this Minnesota team. If I don't know their history of shooting threes. I know their foul shooting's not that good. And they're definitely, Maryland destroyed them on the rebounds. Yeah. The last time I looked, they were up by 14 on the rebounds. But you could see if Minnesota was popping in a few of those threes, could have been a different game.
Hey, Pack was a plus 23. We said Dodd plus 17. Des Wells plays pretty well as a plus 16. And the line of the night, of course, Melo, 20 points, 5 of 15 from the floor, as you mentioned, 9 of 13 from the line. He has 6 boards, 2 assists. Terps roll 70-58. Next big home game.
Rutgers
in the next big home game. 2 weeks on a Saturday. Michigan State comes back in.
Oh, that's going to be just like this. Electric crowd today. Yeah. A few people short of a sellout. There's Avi Pelta from the James Pharmacy.
Right. So I got to ask you about football, not Maryland football. I'll skip over that. Ravens tonight. What do you think's going to happen?
Wow. Wayne, deep of what my heart says and my mind says are the same. I do believe without Bell for Pittsburgh, and with the fact that you hear it's raining and hailing there, I see a Ravens win. And I like Flacco in the playoffs. I don't like the fact the Ravens have never beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. They're 0-3, but all 3 games have been at Pittsburgh. But, that game could go either way, let's be real. And they got to get to Big Ben. That's the bottom line. You get to Big Ben, you got a chance. You don't, they're going to be in trouble. Remember, Flacco's 9-4 in the playoffs, along with Coach Harbaugh.
Well, 9-4. Boy, he's a winner when it comes to playoffs. This is Wayne Viener for Bruce Posner.
Tell us.
Yeah.
Who sponsors
our
post-game video?
Post-game video sponsor for 2015 is Meyer Consulting Engineers in Rockville. If you're going to build a parking deck, do anything big, they're the guys that come in and inspect that project for you. Remember to take a look at this ad. Meyer Consulting Engineers. In the past 5 years, our organization has completed over 1,300 projects in the U.S. and abroad, including many structures at the University of Maryland. For structural engineering and materials testing and inspection, call Meyer Consulting Engineers. And remember, call Meyer Consulting Engineer for your next project. And also remember to watch TerpTalk on 1300. CBS Sports Radio in Baltimore, 6 o'clock on Wednesday. What's coming up next week?
We got a show tomorrow, a post-game show on the Ravens-Pittsburgh on In the Nest. All right, and we'll continue In the Nest as long as they win.
Okay.
So, we're getting out shouted here, but that'll wrap it up. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on CBS Radio 1300, and of course next Saturday, the Sports Maven, and hopefully we can report another Maryland win. Is it Illinois on Wednesday night, or is it Rutgers? It's Illinois,
It's Illinois this week.
Yeah. And that'll do it for us, Wayne.
That will. So, once again from Xfinity Center, it's Maryland 70, the Minnesota Gophers 58. Good afternoon.